What is
talk,
up,
say
Reds?
something.
Welcome to the Sunday Summary. I'm your host, Kyle. Can you hear
This is
me?
fucking unbelievable, bro.
Can
This is
you
becoming
hear
more of a
me?
chore than anything else.
Can you hear me?
Fuck, dude.
All right, clearly Steven cannot hear me. No? Oh my gosh. Bear with us, everyone. We're having some technical difficulties over here. Steve's out of it. Doesn't matter. Guys, look, Liverpool hosting West Ham today. Big match. Big match. Especially proceeding with Mikel Antonio's comments. I gotta wake up. Comments about Liverpool saying that West Ham are going to finish above the club or above Liverpool and they're not worried about it. The narrative that preceded the game is probably the exciting part. So Liverpool are hosting West Ham. As you can see, scrolling across the bottom there, that's our starting 11. Klopp goes back to a strong lineup. All right. And Nunez, rightly so, gets the start. I think after that performance in the Europa League, I think Nunez deserves the start. Steve, can you hear me now?
This is unreal. Yes, I can hear you.
Every time I say that, I think of the old Verizon commercials.
Yeah. Could you hear me when I couldn't hear you?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Nice profanity
So,
to start the morning.
yeah, I know. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Good morning
Well,
to,
sorry for everyone who had to witness my frustrations.
yeah.
As any of you long-standing nothing but Reds uh, followers, subscribers have been privy to these challenges I've been facing for quite some time. So,
And Steve, he went all out. He got a new adapter for the mic and everything. And it was sounded really good for about 90 seconds. And then all of a sudden, the static kicks in.
it's StreamYard. StreamYard.
It is what it is. Good morning to Tom. My mom's in here. Liz. Derek, news channel member, as well as Tom. Not terribly. What's going on to everyone? What do you guys think of the lineup? Let us know. Steve, what do you think of the lineup?
Um, I love it for the most part. I when was Tiago ruled out? How long has he been ruled out? Because to be
Yeah,
honest, I haven't been paying attention the
he
last
had
few
the
days.
surgery. It's all from the surgery. He had the surgery at the end of last year to repair something in his hip, and then he had a setback. Klopp said that I want to say in preseason he had a setback, and that's it.
I
That's
thought
it.
he was about to come back.
I don't know. He's never playing for the club again.
Dude, he returned to training like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with
The
Tiago.
same time Jones did. And I
You're
haven't
get
really been following it. I've just been watching the matches. Like I watched the match midweek. Uh and I just keep hearing like, oh, he needs a little bit more time. Did he have another setback? Like I've
probably.
honestly, folks, been out of the loop, so I don't know. But the lineup's great. I thought for sure this would be a Gakpo game, but
You know,
Nunez deserves it.
look, Gakpo has been undroppable since he came to the club, and then the last two games, and really with the international break, even before the international break, I think he's just fallen out of form, dude. That's it. I just think he's not in great form right now, and it's Nunez time.
It is. It is, and I feel like Nunez could play like 100 minutes a match for like 70 matches a season. I feel like his motor is just unreal. So if somebody's out of form, if somebody's tired, especially after an international break, Nunez will gladly step in and sprint 100 miles an hour for 95 minutes. No questions asked. And
This is,
smash three off the woodwork while he's at it.
oh my god! That's actually a stat. Hit the woodwork. So, I can't remember if I looked up this season or last season. I want to say it was last season. He had 7 shots that hit the woodwork. Doesn't that seem a little bit low?
Uh, I bet you most clubs don't hit the woodwork 7 times in a season.
Seems pretty low. 7?
For
It,
him, I
it
mean,
seems
dude,
like he's hit the woodwork 27 times.
oh my gosh, I don't know. I would have guessed. I would have guessed somewhere in that range. It doesn't seem that
Yeah.
low to me.
All right.
It's pretty
7.
rare.
I know, but it just seems like he hits it all the time. But Jonathan, Oyvind, good morning, Shayna. What's going on, guys? Yeah. So Liverpool, Jesus. So Steven, preceding this match, I was talking about this while you were getting your audio figured out. Michail Antonio's comments. Did you follow that?
That I did see. Something about we're going to finish higher than Liverpool this year.
And
We're not worried about Liverpool.
So let me give you a little bit of a summation, and then we can comment on it. So he was talking about Salah and the Saudi clubs coming in for Salah, basically saying Salah at his age, Liverpool not accepting whatever 200 million, whatever the offer was. And he was being cordial about it. Like, he was just basically saying, look, I don't understand why they wouldn't accept that offer. And then when asked about like finishing above Liverpool, he said, I honestly think we're going to finish above Liverpool this season. I'm not worried about it. It's basically what he was saying. Now, I'm going to play devil's advocate here. Media training says that you don't really talk in specifics like that. You more so talk about the team and, your effort and things like that. He kind of went off script, and he was just basically saying, look, this is what I think. So in that sense, I'm not really like he said anything wrong, but he really put his balls on the table. Like, now if you mess up, you look terrible.
Well, we've got them, he says. Couple things I want to add here. Fairly important to me. So he does a podcast. I know that.
I didn't. Wow.
I'm pretty sure he does a podcast because I've seen him. Dude, he's ruthless, by the way. Like, you think he's being cordial? He's pretty ruthless. He has absolutely humiliated and roasted Richarlison on a podcast. And I love it because you know me, I'm not a big fan of Richarlison. But like, he'll make jokes about how he's got like more cards than goals for Tottenham or whatever. He said something recently that was pretty crazy. But I think these comments are coming from a podcast. I've seen him do one with Callum Wilson. And I think that's where these comments are coming from. I don't know if these are like in the dressing room or like on the training ground with like legitimate reporters. Just that's the first thing to preface this. Second, we're talking about a guy that can't even start regularly for West Ham.
I think he started most games this year.
This has been 5 games. We've played West Ham plenty of times where he hasn't been in the starting 11. Regardless, does he think he's a superstar? Like, how do you come out making those comments? To me, I'm not even like rubbed the wrong way. If you go online,
no. It's to me, the first comment about Salah, that's justified. Like, I just think he was speaking his mind. Like, look, if you're coming in for 200 million for a 31-year-old, why wouldn't you take it? That, to me, that has nothing. That's fine. But then when you come out and just say, after you finished in like the bottom half of the table last year, even if you did win a championship or a European Cup or whatever, the Conference League, right? To me, is just ballsy. Coming out and saying that you're confident you're going to finish above Liverpool.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know, man. It's pretty ballsy.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? I kind of forgot about this because it's been a few days.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you brought it up because now I'm fired up. Now I'm excited.
But why? That was his goal. Maybe his goal was just like to fire everyone up.
Thinking of me.
Yeah, no, specifically thinking of you. He probably watches our podcast every week. He's probably like, oh, I'm going to fire this Steven kid up.
But anyways, yeah, so that's exactly what he did. This is in podcast form. I'm 90% sure. Somebody in the comments confirmed that for me, that this is not official club interviews, and more so him and Callum Wilson just shooting the breeze. Now, he's doing what Draymond Green does. He's breaking into the podcasting space. And as far as I know, I haven't seen a ton of footballers do that, or a ton of athletes at all, by the way. So I think it's cool, but I think it's also interesting because it's almost like you can take off the mask you've been wearing and show your true colors. And that's not always great because obviously this is going to come back to bite him in this you-know-what. Also, not to mention, he played 33 Premier League matches as a striker last year and had 5 goals. So why don't we get to the training ground and put our shooting boots on and work on some finishing instead?
Oh, that's good.
That might be your best bet.
I think, was it Fraser Forster not Fraser Forster.
No, he's a player.
Not I know he is, but not him. It's the other guy. He was Watford's keeper for a while.
Yes, Ben
Foster.
Foster.
There we go. He's big on YouTube. He's big into podcasting and stuff. That's the only other player I can think of. Mikel Antonio, man. I've seen him talk. I think he's funny. I don't know. You know what he kind of reminds me of? You remember that dude that played for Watford for the longest time? And he looked like he was 96 years old, and he was their captain. Deeney? Is it Troy
Yeah,
Deeney?
Troy Deeney. Wait, Watford?
Is it Watford?
Yeah. He played for Watford. He ruined us one game.
Yeah, no.
But he's still playing, I think.
Dude. Same way. Same trash talking guy. Same kind of thing. He was actually more ruthless. But
even if West Ham beat Liverpool today, I just think it's interesting that he would say that. Maybe they were doing like a match preview.
Yeah.
They must have been because the Liverpool match was coming up. Otherwise, why would you be thinking about Liverpool?
Rent free. You know, the fact of the matter is he's trying to paint this narrative before the match, and that's fine. Maybe that's his competitive nature. But you just got to me, I really don't trash talk, dude. Like, to me, some people, it motivates them. Maybe he's the kind of player where if you trash talk, it motivates him to back it up. I know, like, for example, Michael Jordan has talked about that all the time. He's a he's probably one of the best trash talkers. But I know you like to trash talk too. I don't. I hate trash talk. Like, I'll trash talk only mid-game if I'm, like, killing somebody. But that's it. Otherwise, I think it jinxes you. And I think maybe that's why I'm like, why would you make these comments? But the narrative going into this game is just exceptional.
It is. It is nice. Now, West Ham has played well this year.
Oh,
they
good.
beat Chelsea and Brighton.
Yeah.
City gave them a nice little tune-up last week, and hopefully we can do the same.
I'm going to pull up the table here. Well, last year in the Premier League, they didn't exactly do well. What did they finish last year? Like 13th? I'm going to pull it up now. Last year, West Ham finished 14th in the Premier League. Now, I'm honestly going to say that's down to them just really focusing hard on the Conference League. And congratulations to them. They won their first European trophy in 50 years or something. All right. Granted, it was the first year that the competition existed. So I don't know. That's just, to me, whatever. But West Ham, I want to give West Ham credit because David Moyes, since he's come into West Ham, he's really made them a consistent squad. No, seriously, I really think so.
No, I'm not laughing at that. I'm sorry. They finished 14th in the league last year.
They did. They finished 14th, and they had 11 wins, 7 draws, 20 losses.
Kyle, they were 4 points out of relegation zone.
Holy crap.
6 points. 6 points out of the relegation zone.
Yeah,
They finished 4 points above Everton. So, I say this every year, and then we're going to move on from this clown. But this is part of the pre-match show. By the way, whoever, Moira saying, let's move on, giving him airspace. Yeah, I don't think he needs any publicity from us. Just throwing that out there, number one, in one way or the other. But this is part of the preview. I just want to say for this, what was I going to say, Kyle?
You were on a roll.
I know. Come back to me.
I don't know what happened.
Come back to me. The chat's blowing up. I'm getting distracted.
You're getting distracted. I know. I see. The thing to me is we're previewing the match, so we're not moving on. We're playing West Ham, guys, in 40 minutes.
You're right.
So
now, gosh, what was I gonna say, man?
I don't know, dude. Come on.
Anyways.
No, I want it. Come on.
40. I'm looking at what I was looking at last time. Oh,
I hate when that happens.
Dude, doesn't happen to me very often.
Yeah, No, yeah, it really doesn't. Let's go over to the chat real quick, though. Lyle's in here. I'm gonna just say daddy. I don't know how to pronounce it. Karthikeya. IBR Stellar, Mora, what's going on? Dermot, what's going on? Shout out to everyone in the chat. The podcast. Oh yeah, okay, we're going back there now. So yeah, if we're looking at the table here, guys, Man City are just freaking good. Okay, they're just really good. It's kind of unreal. Tottenham. Look at Tottenham. Actually, off to a really, really strong start. For Charleston, scored more goals in
I'm back.
one game than he had in 3 years. So shout out to him. About damn time for your price tag. And then there's Liverpool. Liverpool, I think we're doing better than expected this year considering the rebuild. And the more I watch us play, dude, the more I think we're actually title challengers. I didn't think that going into the season. Now, the thing I want to bring up with that is these are the games, the West Hams, the Brightons, the Arsenals, the Tottenhams, right? And so far, I'm pretty sure we beat Brighton and Aston Villa, right? Did we play Brighton yet?
I don't think so.
We beat Aston
Newcastle.
Villa.
It was Newcastle.
Newcastle, that's who it is.
With 10 men, which was a top 5 greatest win of the era, of the Klopp era.
Oh, that's probably a top 5 win in the Premier League era.
It's insane. By the way, I remember what I was going to say, and I'm going to forget it if you don't let me get it up.
All right, go ahead.
I say this every year about one team or another. Last year it was Arsenal, and boy, did it come true. 2 seasons ago, 2021 season, Chelsea was hot at the beginning of the year, and I said the same thing, and it turned out to become true. Kyle, you've probably heard me say this 1,000 times. It's a long season. Like, we're not even close to a quarter of the way through yet. We are still weeks away from being a quarter of the way through the season. Think about that. Like, it is a long year. If anyone in their right mind thinks West Ham will be anywhere up here near the top, listed next to Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, probably even Brighton, you've completely lost it. And that goes for you too, Michael Antonio. Number 1. Number 2, Tottenham won't be up here either. There's no way. Look at the squad. Just look at it on paper. The Premier League is, I feel like, somewhat predictable. Who's going to be there at the end? Arsenal surprised me last year, but I feel like surprises like that are kind of rare. I don't know if we really saw one like that since Leicester. A team that really just bossed it almost the whole year. It's such a long season, and it's important that we check in on the table, just to remind ourselves who's going to fall off, but really it means nothing right now.
I'm just surprised with how Tottenham's started the season. But you're right, on paper, when you look at like Udogu and Sarr, like they're starting players that I didn't think they should be. Like Højbjerg is not starting. I thought he was their best midfielder. He hasn't started a single game, I don't think. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's a new coach, a new manager, and you're coming in, and if you can start players and get results, that's all that matters, dude. So I think Tottenham are always going to be one of those teams that are dangerous. Do I think they'll fall off? Yes. Now, Brighton are one of those teams I don't think are going to fall off, Steve. I think Brighton are really good. I think Brighton and Aston Villa are the most slept-on teams in the league. Maybe not Brighton anymore. People are starting to come around to Brighton. But Aston Villa in 7th right now. Aston Villa has on paper, one of the strongest lineups in the Premier League outside of the top 6. They have Langlet, dude. Don't they?
Who cares?
I'm just saying, like, they have Leon Bailey and
yeah, they got a nice little squad, and they got a good manager.
They got a nice little squad.
Yeah. But it's so early in the year, dude. It's so hard to draw conclusions. For example, Tottenham Hotspur. They beat Sheffield, Kyle. Then Burnley. Those were the
Yeah,
two
no.
most recent wins. Hold on.
Yeah, no. Hit me with who they've played.
Yeah,
Because if
Fulham,
they've had an
draw.
easy,
So they beat Sheffield 2-1. They smashed Burnley. They drew against Fulham. They beat Bournemouth. And they beat United. I think that was week 1 or week 2 of the season of the season.
so for
Or
the
maybe
most
it
part,
was Brentford that they drew. Anyways, they beat United. That's the only impressive win. Just watch how fast they fall off a cliff in the next 6 to 8 weeks. Just watch. Like, let's have this conversation again in 6 to 8 weeks. Once they start playing good teams. Now, I'm not sitting here saying we've played all these good teams, but I know we'll be somewhere near the top. Maybe not 1, 2, maybe 3. I don't know. I have confidence in us, but I'm just saying, like, you don't have to scroll down to find Liverpool's name in the table. You will have to do that with Tottenham at some
we
point,
had
I
to
think.
do that last year at mid-season. God.
But you always knew they were going to turn it around and at least push for challenge for something.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just how they're built.
That's true. That's true.
Liz Golden says, "Who scores for us today?" By the way, Liz, we had a good time last week. Thanks for asking. I saw that earlier. Who scores today? I'm gonna go Darwin, Salah,
Szoboszlai.
mm,
He's my new favorite player, Steve, by the way.
Virgil.
Okay, he came so close to scoring 2 weeks ago. Like,
Yep.
dumb close. Dude, Szoboszlai. Can we just have a nice 5-minute chat about Szoboszlai, please?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me start. After the first match, I thought McAllister was the man against Chelsea. Him and Enzo just bossed that game. Like, I remember that game. The first game of the year for me is always incredible. But I just remember him and Enzo just like switching the field, just pulling strings. And I was like, wow, McAllister is nasty. And I still think he's good. I still think he's pretty damn good.
He gave the ball away a few times in the Europa League, but
he's going to be fine.
Yeah,
but I thought to myself, wow, we got a guy that can distribute like Henderson, like Thiago, just without like the flair that Thiago has to an extent. Like he can put the ball wherever he wants it for the most part. And then now I'm like, wow, is Szoboszlai going to win PFA Player of the Year a month later?
Yo,
he's balling
of the month.
No, the year.
No, are you saying he won it?
No, I said. And now I'm thinking, is he going to win PFA Player of the Year?
I'm like, Steve, we're 5 games in.
I don't know, but that's how good he is right now. I'm like, whoa, are you the best player in this league?
I think that. I think he's right now on form the best midfielder in the league.
Well, go ahead. Let's hear.
Dude, Szoboszlai. It is all the eye test. Okay? And also shout out to Liz Golden. Appreciate the super chat. Give a team talk so we can come out fighting. Let me warm up to it here. Szoboszlai. Watching him. Perfect example. Last game. Or was it last game? Europa League. When he was subbed on. When you're watching that midfield 3 in the first half struggle to create something, as soon as he was subbed on, dude, he makes it look easy. His ability to just dribble by people, to switch play with like one hand in his pocket, it's unbelievable how good he is. And the best part of this, dude, he's like 22 or 23.
He does just waltz right on past people.
He
makes it look like it's just like almost like training. Like it's a pickup game, a Sunday league game.
Yes. He is, by and large, for me right now, the best midfielder in the Premier League. You could even get De Bruyne healthy. I don't care. Szoboszlai is better than De Bruyne right now. Mark it, stamp it. I don't care. He is the best midfielder right now. And I didn't think he was going to be. I didn't think he was going to be the type of midfielder that he's become. I thought he was like strictly an attacking midfielder that could play on like the wing almost. That's kind of what I pictured him as. Okay. Szoboszlai, one, his ability to hold his ball retention is fantastic. His engine is ridiculous too. And he was just clocked as one of the fastest players in the Premier League ever. I don't know if
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
saw that.
It's so funny because I was pulling up his numbers here because I was like, he's been so good, but like he doesn't have a ton to show for it on the stat sheet, which is fine.
Right. But that's why I led this with the eye test. You have to watch him because if you're an opposing fan, you're going to say, Szoboszlai, there's nothing. There's nothing. You need to watch a Liverpool game.
I also need to say this, Kyle. Has it been a decade since we've seen somebody hit a rocket with their weak foot? How long has it been?
No, Keita did it 2 years ago.
A rocket?
Against Atletico Madrid.
A rocket. I don't think that was a rocket.
Dude,
I think that was a volley.
It was a volley, and he scored with his weak foot.
But it was a weak shot. It was a little blooper, if I'm remembering correctly. It was kind of a line drive, but it was not a rocket. It was not a screamer. It was not a screamer. Kyle, the answer is it was not a screamer. The answer is yes, Steven. It's been 2 decades. We have had nobody capable of this. And he's put 2 of those on target. One of them got deflected. Maybe it was last week. I can't remember. In any event, I was looking at him on who scored when we first got him. And weaknesses, 2 weaknesses. Tackling, labeled as very weak. Okay? Maybe that was the general consensus, but he's also getting back in tackling. He's sliding in. He's winning possession back, which is why I really like him. And Klopp probably said, hey, man, we're going to give you the freedom to do what you want, but we're missing workhorses here in the middle of the park, so you got to give me both. And he's like, okay, I can run forever. He's just like we said about Nunez earlier. Like, I feel like that guy can just go. Like, he's just like on a leash. You just let him go. He just goes.
Yeah.
Just like doesn't stop until you say, all right, Dom, the game's over. Come on back in for dinner, buddy.
Back in.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he is something else, dude. And he is just my absolute favorite player right now. And I think he is the equivalent of Salah in terms of he's never not starting. Like, I could not believe he didn't start against who the heck did we play? The hell was this team's name? Lask. I could not believe he didn't start against Lask. He is so, to me, undroppable. And for some reason, thinking back to his release clause, imagine if he didn't have a release clause, dude. How was this guy not a bigger deal? How was not every club in the world not after this guy?
I'll never understand that.
Like, I knew who he was, but I wasn't like, no one was like, we got to go get this guy. And if he was playing like this at Leipzig week in and week out, holy God.
Well, that's the thing. I bet teams maybe called, but maybe there was just some sort of feeling that he just wasn't available. But yeah, dude, you're right. It makes no sense. And I knew who he was, but I never thought he was this. Kyle, you know how good you have to be to step into the Premier League and boss it?
Dude, you gotta be.
It's not common. Like, there's just so many players that come in that take time to adjust. No adjusting. First match, bossing it. No adjusting. And now you're like, well, if Liverpool is playing today, well, then Szoboszlai is the first name on the sheet, give or take.
It's like Salah and him.
Well, Allison, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I hate saying that actually. Every time that comes out of my mouth, I'm like, you shouldn't have said that because it's not true. Szoboszlai is not the first name on the team sheet. There's just some staples, but he's a freak, man. He's a freak, and I don't even think we've seen the best of him yet, and that's what scares me.
That should not scare you at all.
Because how can you get like if you get better and better and better, what's going to happen? Like,
People are gonna
is he gonna be like Kevin De Bruyne?
No, he's gonna be like Steven Gerrard. Who gives a shit about Kevin De Bruyne?
Well, Kevin De Bruyne's probably the best attacking mid in the league history.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. He's not going to be compared to Kevin De Bruyne. Okay, right now people are comparing him, but you asked, the question was if he gets better. If he gets better, people are, especially Liverpool fans, are going to start looking like, and obviously he's nowhere near Gerrard. I guarantee you Szoboszlai could play for us the rest of his career. He's never going to get as many goals as Gerrard had. That's not the point. But he's wearing the number 8. He plays midfield for Liverpool. Who are you going to get compared to? Gerrard. Always. So if he gets better from what he is now, because he's the best midfielder I've seen under Klopp, and it's only been 5 games. So if he gets better, I'm immediately thinking Gerrard. I'm like, dude.
Damn. Oh, they're just a little bit different. But also so similar. It's crazy. Anyways, IBR a little while ago, IBR Stellar here said, I finally agree with Steve for once. Now, I know that's not true. But in any event, I worry about Szoboszlai getting burnt out. We need to rest him against lesser sides and play Gravenberch. First of all, shout out to Gravenberch. He played great. He's a tank.
Oh, God, see, what the hell?
He's fast and he's huge. But listen, that was a scrub side. No disrespect to them, but they're awful. That's first and foremost.
He's fast and he's huge.
Dude, yeah. So Liverpool went down. I don't endorse gambling and don't ever take advice from me on gambling, but Liverpool went down 1-0 and the odds like flipped like crazy. And I just put like a little bit of money on them and won like a lot of bit of money on them because I just knew how bad that team was. But anyways, Gravenberch bossed the game.
Okay. All right. No, we need to have this conversation. Everybody, everywhere said Gravenberch played phenomenal. He really didn't. Okay. He had an assist and it was a great assist. Okay. He gave the ball away so much. Am I the only one that was watching the game? The guy couldn't complete a pass in the first half. But regardless,
it's okay to be rusty in a new system, but Kyle, he was everywhere. He was an absolute dog. And that's all you want to see in somebody's first appearance.
Gravenberch?
Not to mention
dog.
Yeah, not to mention he got an assist.
Dog.
But I agree, dude. We cannot burn these guys out. IBR, I agree.
Striker, dog.
We cannot burn these guys out. It would be so easy for Szoboszlai to get burnt out, and not even like I feel like he's just a fit guy. Like I'm not even talking injury, just burnt, tired, off form. You got to give him rest. That's just a great point. That's a great comment there.
Yeah. I think Gravenberch, for me, Endo was probably one of the worst players in that game. But regardless, the size that we now have in the team. Steve, think about it. We got Gakpo, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai. These are big guys. These are huge guys, as you would say. 6 foot. How tall is Gravenberch? 6'3"? Gakpo 6'4"? Szoboszlai 6'1"? We got some size. And one thing I will say, when Gravenberch was running with the ball, I was like, damn, this guy is long.
He's a beast. He's fearless too.
He's
a dog, bro.
He's dog.
He really is.
He can really dribble too. I mean, his touches were great. Like his attacking progressive dribbling was good. His progressive passing, like his vision was good, but the execution wasn't there. That's all I'm saying. He gave the ball away a lot, but when it counted, when he needed to put that ball right at the feet of Diaz, he did it. All right. So shout out to him. Now, Steve, we talked about who our goal scorers were today. Who subbed on?
Harvey.
Who is Harvey?
He's been playing like an animal.
Okay. All right. You clearly don't watch my reactions. Okay. So here's the thing. Against last game and then against, was it Wolves? Great. Amazing. Played phenomenal. Before that, he's been trash. Trash is a little aggressive. He's been subpar.
Okay, because I don't think you're watching the matches, Kyle. Harvey Elliott came on, I believe it was against Chelsea. It was either against Chelsea or Newcastle. We were flat. He changed the entire game. He was the one that changed the entire game. Well, the thing I like about Harvey is he's learned that it's not all about like curling the ball and skill and creating chances. It's about working. And I always said my only knock on him really was that I think he's a little bit small and I think he's a little bit slow. And almost like his body hasn't fully matured to play like in the men's league. In some tough matches. We saw that against Inter a couple years ago in the Champions League. I was like, he's not ready. But he's pressing, he's getting physical, and he's got some damn pace now. But we can agree to disagree that Elliott has not been good this year.
Okay, let's agree. No. Last 2 games, he's been great. But the last 2 games is what I expect to see from him. So against Wolves, phenomenal. And honestly, the second half against Lask was probably the best I've ever seen Elliott play. I don't know if you agree with that. I thought he was phenomenal. What's up, Hank, by the way? In 1 second, I just want to touch on this comment from Sir Oswald, dude. So I saw this comment. I was watching the highlights. I watched the highlights back. Most people do that. But of Liverpool and Lask. And the top comment with like 8,000 likes was Klopp's on a mission to turn every midfielder into a right back. It's just,
that's his goal. That's his career goal.
Why is Bajcetic at right back? Like, is it just so we can get game time? Is that the only reason?
Probably.
I don't know.
But if I'm being honest, dude, we were calling for him for a while. But like, I don't know if I really want him in right now.
Bajcetic?
No, even at DM.
Well, not at right back.
No. I don't care. Dude, that side is awful. No disrespect.
That goal was nice, though.
It was. Dude, I feel like we give up too many screamers, bro. Every time I turn around, someone's scoring a worldie on us. That's just how I feel. Maybe it's because every time it happens, it hurts so deep. It cuts so deep.
And maybe that's why I feel so passionate about this Elliott thing. It's because I love him so much. I want him to do great. That when he doesn't perform up to my expectation of him, I'm just like, you have to be better. It's the same with Nunez. Like, I want Nunez to be so good. And he's been good recently. But like when he's given the ball away, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? 85 million for that? Come on.
What's crazy to me? I thought Harvey had a goal and an assist. I guess that goal was determined an own goal or a deflection or something.
That should have definitely been a goal.
Yeah, and I thought he had an assist. But anyways, it's showing him with nothing.
What?
Yeah, that's what it's showing here.
They didn't give that goal to him?
I guess not. But
that's so
he's in the 97th percentile for shots per 90. He's in the 93rd percentile for progressive carries, the 97th percentile for progressive passes received, and the 95th percentile for blocks per 90.
The blocks one is interesting.
He's working, bro. You gotta just take it for what it is. Progressive passes, 87th percentile.
Can I just say something, okay? The one reason that I think Elliott isn't playing to his full potential is because Klopp is playing him out of position. Okay? When he plays up, forward, kind of on the wing, he is so good. I don't know. Have you noticed that? Like when he's actually given the chance to attack and he doesn't have to like hold up or pivot or link play, like he's good.
No. I think he's good all the time, but I'm not naive. I know that he has struggled and there's times where he's great and times where he's awful, but he's the one, bro. He's the next one. Once Mo Salah goes, you could probably say Doak out there, but like, dude, Harvey plays every match. He played more than any other player at the club last year. Klopp likes him. He's going to be around for a while. So you're right. He does need to get it going a little bit faster, but I think he's been great this year, man.
That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is We've had you since you were 16, right? Or 17, whenever we got you. Granted, that injury, right as he was getting going, dude snapped his leg in half. So in that sense, I gave him a little leeway. But oh man, Elliott, like so much potential there, and I just want to see him start producing. Okay, we see him score every now and then. His passion for the club is there. He loves the club. He's a fan of the club. Everything you want in a Liverpool player, he has it. I'm just more critical of him because of all this. My expectations for Elliott are way higher than I think anyone else.
Yeah. Well, he's only 20.
Yeah.
He's only 20. So that's the good news. You figure a player's not really in their prime till they're what, 25? In their
maybe
prime.
Even later.
27?
Yeah.
26. 26. We'll go 26.
That's a good number.
So that's 6 years, Kyle. Think about how long that is from now.
It's a long time.
6 years? Are we still even going to be here?
I'm going to be here.
On Sundays, I'll be here.
I'll be here on Sundays at least.
All right, we'll be here.
All right.
6 years, says, dude.
Yes, West Ham had a poor season last year. So did Liverpool. That's why you're not in the Champions League. Ooh, burn. Before last season, 2 to 7 dude, I can't even read this. What club outside the Big Six have 3 back-to-back seasons in Europe?
What is this? Is this a West Ham supporter? Good luck today.
I don't know, but I think
I don't know where this is coming from.
They're delayed. They're like 30 minutes behind.
Oh,
they're watching from the start. So, only 20. Yeah, no, Queasy, that is wild. Okay. Hank says guys are still peaking past 30. I don't know about that. But anyways.
Doug says we need to shut Antonio up. He's been speaking some absolute baloney this week. Doug, we talked about this earlier in the show, but also good luck with everything, man. Doug's got some exciting stuff going on in life.
Yeah, big life stuff coming up for Doug. So shout out to Doug.
And congratulations again. Legend.
Just want to take
a
shout out.
Football channel. Check them out.
Just want to give a shout out to everyone in the chat. Thanks for supporting the show. Make sure you like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Shout out to all our channel members as well. Oswald says, can we not concede the first goal today? Yeah, no, that's another thing, dude. I'm tired of playing from behind. We're good at it, but that's not a good habit to get into.
It's an awful habit to get into because it kills the excitement that we have.
Yeah.
You know, like when they're walking out and the songs and the sun is shining, especially like a somewhat early kickoff like this.
The sun is shining, the tank is green.
I don't have the TV on yet, so I don't know what the weather's like there. But in any event, once you concede, your excitement is gone. For me, my excitement goes from 150% to 0. I am immediately turned off until they're up by 2. Until they score 3, I'm off. I'm serious. Like against Lask, until they got the 3rd, I just wasn't happy. Because if you can concede 1 early, you can concede 1 late. We don't look invincible like we used to a few years ago, defensively.
Well,
so
we're playing from behind. We look pretty damn good. But that's the thing. Like, it's very possible we concede first again. I mean, dude, why though? Why do we have this? It's like an urge to concede first. I don't know why. I mean, we have a good start in Gomez, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson. That's a very solid, and McAllister sitting in front of him. That's a very solid team.
Is Konate on the bench or is he hurt again?
No, he's on the bench.
Okay, because he just played the other day.
Yeah, I know.
So why is he not playing today? If he's on the bench, why is he not playing?
Because Matip, bro.
Because Matip?
Because Matip.
But this is the...
How dare you? Dude,
I love Joel Matip. You know that. I love him.
I know.
I'm just trying to figure out why. Maybe he's still not 100%. So why play him against in the Europa League against a...
Because it's Lask.
Yeah, but okay. What about Midtjylland or whoever Jota got hurt against? It would have been the same scenario, bro.
Don't get me started on Midtjylland. The hell are they doing now?
Dude, where's Midgetland today?
Yeah,
Are
no.
they in the
did they-
Champions League?
They must have gotten relegated from the first Danish league or wherever the hell they're from. I don't know.
Shout out to Midgetland. What a fight.
They actually have some solid guys.
Do they?
I don't know. Probably. I know they have a good Brazilian. I just can't remember his name.
Bobby Firmino?
Ooh, did he move to Midtjylland now?
Yeah, he did.
Real quick. Did you see Mane jump on Firmino's
I did.
back?
And Bobby, no love.
Bobby hated it.
Cold-hearted. Absolutely cold-hearted. And I love it. I live for
like
it.
Mane, I can see that. Like Mane's in a good mood. He's always kind of happy. Jumps on Bobby, and Bobby's just like, "Don't fucking touch me." He's not having it.
I think Firmino did the right thing. Because the fans can take it the wrong way if you show love after you concede. If I was Bobby, I would have walked away like I did, but just gave Mane like a little tap on the back.
100%.
Just like, I see you, man. I love you, but like, I can't do this right now.
I bet after the game, Bobby texted him or something. Like,
yeah, they probably saw him and they probably talked on the field.
Yeah. Shout out to Raphael saying, great to see the channel grow. Been here before 1K. Whew, wow. Credit to you, man. Appreciate it.
Who said that?
Raphael Zarina.
We used to pin comments, but I don't know what happened.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm so dialed in. I just don't do it anymore.
Raphael, we never hear from you, buddy. But welcome. Thank you for the long time support.
Yep. So Steve, score predictions. Go.
3-1. Same thing I always guess lately, I feel like.
Yeah, no, you always guess the same thing.
3-1.
What do you guys think in the chat? What do you guys think? Score
Virgil
predictions.
Nunez Salah, but I would love an Elliott goal. He deserves it. He's a dirt.
Yeah, no, they took away that goal.
Yeah, it was an own goal. It was a deflection, which I get, but like, I don't know. Like, I don't think it was completely redirected. I think it was redirect. Like, it might have gone a little. It might have been starting a little bit wide.
Was it not on target? Like, it looked like it was on target.
I think you could make the argument it was going to go a little bit wide, or maybe like post area. It's hard to say. It's been a while. Like, what was that, a week ago? Like, I don't freaking remember the replay. Lots happened between now and then, Kyle. I've had sleepless nights about Mikel Antonio in West Ham. I've had sleepless nights about 14th place West Ham.
Oh my God! Don't jinx.
No. No disrespect. What they've done over there is great.
No.
And they won the trophy. I'm not going to disrespect. I just think Mikel Antonio is just trying to get in our heads, and we just can't. We can't have that, man. Where is this match, by the way?
It's at Anfield.
Oh, well, you should have said this before the away leg. You should have said this before your home leg, our away leg. What are you doing?
Going to Anfield? God, it's just so ballsy, bro.
But even if they win again, it's not like, oh, he's a genius. It's like, oh, it's going to be, damn, a couple bad mistakes by Liverpool.
Yeah. He's a genius.
Yeah. 5 goals, 33 appearances as a striker.
Here, tons of people in here saying 4-0. Liz, Lyle, Carnicea says 4-1. Hank says 4-2. And then 2-0 for Oyvind, Salah, and Jota. Tom Smith 4-0. Queasy E 3-1 as well. Give the kid a goal. 3-1. Steve, game starting.
It's time. Yeah,
I'll allow you to get ready. Appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. Again, like the stream if you enjoyed it. Guys, let's go get a dub. Steve, enjoy the match, bro.
All right. Take care.
Until next time, Reds, take care.